The ultrasonic sensor warning refers to the parking sensors installed in the bumper. It's not about the radar sensor as many Mazda owners think. And in 5 cases out of 10, the problem is that these sensors are covered with something like snow, mud, ice. If they are covered with anything, they can't work properly and they will throw this malfunction warning, and you will need to clean the bumpers first before you continue using the system. Also, if you install anything like a bicycle rack, for example, in the rear part of your car, you shouldn't expect the parking sensors to work properly. They will get obstacles and they will throw a malfunction. Also, very often it's about the damage of one of the sensors. It's not that uncommon because when you're driving, there are a lot of stones flying around your car, road debris from the wheels of other vehicles. So if one of the stones will hit precisely the sensor, it will make a small chip and the sensor will probably die. If there is no visual damage, you can also check the sensors with the help of OBD2 scanner, Mazda compatible OBD2 scanner of course, or if you don't have the scanner, you can check the sensors by applying the parking button if you have it and listening to these sensors. So you need to turn on ignition or accessory mode in your car, and then you need to press the parking button if you have it in your car and listen closely to every parking sensor. It will click a little bit, and if it clicks, it means it works. If you don't have this parking button, what you will need to do, you will need to turn on the accessory mode or ignition on without starting the engine, of course. You will need to apply the parking brake for safety to avoid your car rolling, and you will need to move the shifter to reverse. And this way you will turn on the rear parking assist system and you will be able to listen to those sensors making some noises. If they are dead, they will not make this clicking noise and you will easily identify which exactly sensor you will need to replace. Of course, if one sensor out of all these parking sensors in your car doesn't work, it means the entire system will stop working and you will see the ultrasonic sensor malfunction warning in your Mazda. Now the problem is that the OEM ultrasonic sensor in the Mazda dealership will cost you about $440 for one sensor, and that's the insane price. If you buy it on independent market, you will pay about $200, but it's still pretty expensive. So if it's covered under warranty, you can of course replace it, and you should replace it in the dealership. But the problem is if the sensor is damaged, physically damaged with a stone, most dealerships will not agree to pay for the replacement. So if your car is not under warranty, you may install the aftermarket sensor. They range from $10 for some absolutely not reliable ones, up to $50 for pretty good sensors that you can install in your car and it will work. Unfortunately, replacing those sensors is not a DIY job because you will need to take off the bumper and you will need some professional tools and understanding of how to do it anyway. And also, if the car is under warranty, I would recommend you trying different dealers. So try various dealers, and I know at least one case when the stone impacted sensor was replaced under warranty. I don't know what exactly it depends on, but some dealers may make the conclusion that the sensor was not of high quality and they may replace it with the new one.